So students, we ended our session 2, that is part 2, where the theory of income and employment. And there what we came at a conclusion that the subject matter of macroeconomics revolves around what? The determination of the level of income and employment, and hence it is known as theory of income and employment. So students, welcome once again to my channel ECONOMATRIX DEY, and I am your friend Surajit. Today we are going to continue with this class only, chapter 1, introduction for class 12 macroeconomics. So without further delay, let's get started.
This could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
Now, students of class 12, see, today we are going to understand the importance of macroeconomics. So what we are going to understand? Importance. Okay. So the question for this one will be, explain the importance or importances of macroeconomics. Okay. And I think you have made your notes copy, so you can write the question, explain the importances of macroeconomics. And what are the importance? Let us discuss. So I have written 2 importances, many more are going to come. Okay, so one by one you can write it down. Okay, and try to understand also. Okay, let me try to explain you the first importance. It helps us to understand the functioning of a complicated modern economic system. Why complicated modern economic system? Because we are going to understand the economy as a whole. Okay, you can take any economy, Indian economy, China economy, Brazil economy, any economy. So as a whole, that means many things are there, not only one thing. Okay, I have told you, I have taught you the aggregates. So many aggregates are there. So it is a complicated one. So that's why it helps us to understand how this complicated modern economic system works or functions. Okay, so this is the first importance. Okay, then the second one, it helps us to achieve the goal of economic growth. Goal of economic growth means it helps us to determine the economic growth of a country. Okay, it helps us to determine the economic growth of one country, of any country you can say. Then higher the level of GDP. Okay, it helps us to understand that how the gross domestic product will increase. Okay, so higher level of gross domestic product. Okay, now and higher level of employment, and it helps to achieve the employment higher level. Okay, because a country's, if GDP rises, the country's economic growth also rises. Okay, if there is more opportunity for employment, then also the country's economic growth will be more. Okay, so it helps us to determine the economic growth of the country, and that how much growth we have to reach the highest economic growth, and after reaching we have to sustain it also. That means we have to maintain it. The growth should not go down. Clear? So these are the first 2 importances. Okay, now the third importance. The third importance is what? It helps to bring stability in price level. Stability in price level. So what will be this stability in price level? Now control the prices. The prices of goods is to rise, is to go down. Okay, is to fall. The prices is to fall. Sometimes the prices is to rise. But we have to maintain a stable price. Okay, so it should not go higher. Okay, so this macroeconomics helps us to make the prices of the goods stable. Okay, and analyze fluctuations in business activities. fluctuations in business activities means we will learn afterwards only that business cycle there are fluctuations like this way. If I draw here one thing, sometimes it goes up, again down, again up, again down. Okay, so this fluctuations is going. Okay, so we have to analyze, okay, what are the causes that makes fluctuations in business activities. Okay, so this is another importance. The next one, fourth one, it explains factors which determines balance of payment. Now balance of payment, BOP. Okay, now which factors causes the balance or determines the balance of payment, BOP. Okay, now BOP we will study also, okay, afterwards. So we have to understand, macroeconomics helps us to understand the factors which are responsible to determine the BOP. Now suppose there is deficit BOP. Okay, so what are the causes for deficit BOP? Deficit means shortage. Okay, and what measures, what remedial measures we have to adopt so that we can control this deficit balance of payment. Okay, so it helps us to understand that to determine the balance of payment. Then the fifth one is what? It helps to solve economic problems. That means macroeconomics is helping us how we can solve the economic problems. Now in India there are many economic problems are there, like poverty, okay, then unemployment problem. So these two are rising day by day, poverty, unemployment. Then business cycle, just now I was talking about business activities, there is fluctuations in business activities. So that is business cycle. This is only fluctuations, ups and downs. So it helps us to understand the business cycle. Many things are there, okay, but the more important is what? Poverty, unemployment. These are more, they are rising day by day at present also. Okay, whose solution is possible at macro level only, and these solutions we have to understand the causes, why unemployment problem is coming, why there is poverty problem is coming, and we have to understand how we can tackle it, what remedial measures we have to take so that we can solve these problems, and that is possible only through macroeconomics. Clear? Now the sixth point under importance of macroeconomics. With detailed knowledge of functioning of an economy at macro level. That means after understanding that how the economy as a whole works or functions, so it has been possible. What has been possible? Now it has been possible to formulate correct economic policies and coordinate economic policies. Okay, that means once we understand what are the problems of the economy, it is possible for us to make new and correct economic policies. So we have to control, we have to or we have to check the problems. So what are the causes? Once the causes are found out, then we have to think about their remedial measures. So that's why for the remedial measures we have to adopt, we have to make economic policies. And what type of economic policies? Correct economic policies. Okay, if you make a wrong economic policy, then it will not work. Okay, then and coordinate those economic policies, and you have to work on those, the policies which have been taken, the new policies, you have to work on it. Okay, then the last one, or we can say last but not the least, because there are many importance of macroeconomics are there. So the seventh one is what? Macroeconomic theory. When we are talking, when we are studying about macroeconomic theory, has saved us from the dangers of application of microeconomic theory, okay, to the problems of the economy as a whole. It is protecting us, okay, from the dangers of the application of microeconomic theory. Now, microeconomic theory is a separate part, so it has some bad effects. Okay, so it is saving us from the dangers of microeconomic theory. Why? To the problems of the economy as a whole, because we know that in an economy we have understood in this importances only. One point was there was many economic problems were there. Unemployment problem, poverty problem, business cycle problem was there, and these problems, okay, we have to find out their causes. Once we get the causes, then we can chalk out their remedial measures, how to overcome that problem. Okay, so I think all the importances you have understood nicely. Okay, and this is the answer also for the question, discuss the importances of macroeconomics. So you can write these 7 points. Okay, and if the question comes in the exam, it can come for 4 marks. That time you can write only 4 points. If it comes for long question, that is carrying 6 marks, you have to write all the 6 points, or you can write all the 7 points also. And those who cannot learn all the 7 points, you learn only 4 points. Okay, so if you like this video, if you like my channel, then I would like to request all my students and the students who are new in my channel to please give a like, share this video with your friends and classmates, and don't forget to subscribe my channel, because when you subscribe, it really motivates me to make more such interesting videos in future. So students, you have understood the concept of the importance of macroeconomics, and I think you have written the answer also in your notes copy. Now we will briefly understand the scope of macroeconomics. So what are the scopes of macroeconomics? There are 4 scopes. Okay, theory of national income, that is number 1. Second one is the theory of employment, that is number 2. Number 3 is the theory of money, and number 4 is the theory of economic growth. Okay, now these scopes, they are one chapter in your textbook only. Okay, in your syllabus. Okay, one money chapter is there, economic growth chapter is there, national income chapter is there, employment chapter is there. Okay, so we will discuss all those things, okay, later on. Okay, so you have to understand what are the scopes of macroeconomics. So there are 4 scopes. One is theory of national income, one is theory of employment, theory of money, and theory of economic growth. So I think today what I have taught you, mainly the importance. Okay, you should write down those that answer. You should write down and start learning that answer. Okay, and we will continue with this scope in our next part. Okay, so thank you students for watching my video. और अगर वीडियो अच्छा लगे तो वीडियो को लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलिएगा। मिलते हैं और एक नए वीडियो के साथ, तब तक के लिए बाय बाय।